Okay, we're still in the concourse section, and we have a rather lovely Austin 7, I believe it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we have the owners here, Chris and Trish. Hi.
You got that right. Well done.
I was a little bit worried about that. Okay, so we have a lovely Austin 7. Tell us a bit about the car.
It's a 1938 Austin 7 Ruby. And it started life in Norfolk, Suffolk. A lovely lady called Lily Rawlings. And then it drifted down into Kent over the years. And the last owner was the lovely David Waller, and he was Austin 7 Club magazine editor.
Okay.
And he interviewed me, and I had to do a driving test, and he said, well, you've passed the driving test because you didn't stall it.
Okay, so you had to pass a test to be able to buy this car.
Yeah. And he actually checked.
Make sure you're the right sort of person.
He checks on me, and last week he was sitting with it, and he said, "No, you're looking after it. I don't want it back. You're all right."
Oh, right, okay. Would you have had it back if you'd have been a bit rough with it then?
Yeah.
A few scratches on it or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to have that back.
David was wonderful. He owned it 20 years, and he did Land's End John O'Groats twice.
Okay.
And also he took it into the Blue Peter studio for the 75th
I just noticed the
anniversary.
Blue Peter badge on the middle there. I was going to ask about that.
I'll open that up. Shall I?
Right.
That
Oh.
side?
Yes.
So yeah, the Blue Peter badge, he drove it in on the 75th anniversary with a few others, and I did talk to him last week about it, and he said we rehearsed it 2 or 3 times before we did it.
So how long ago was that?
No, you've got me at 75th anniversary, so we're 100th anniversary 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Yeah. But we've done...
I was just wondering if I was young enough to have seen it on Blue Peter, you
Of
see.
course.
Probably not.
I've done some great things with it. One of the last good things we did run for combat stress.
All right, okay.
And I think we were going to be the slowest car because most of them were Jeeps and things.
Yeah.
But, started from my hometown in Sevenoaks down to Hastings. So I followed a wrecker. There was a 6-wheeled wrecker, and I said, what speed are you going to do? Because I said, I get nervous over 40. And he said, 27 miles an hour. He said, or else the diffs blow up. So that was good.
Oh, that was all right.
Fun.
You were safe there. That was
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, just been looking after it. Just enjoy it and let people see it, you know.
Obviously, I mean, Land's End to John O'Groats twice in this. That must have been a bit of an endurance.
That's right. I think he did 26 hours with a half an hour break.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think he did some motorways as well.
Yeah.
So he's a great guy, you know. He broke a few cranks. I don't know how many engines it's had, but he's good. He's a good character.
I guess you obviously avoid motorways and heavy roads like that with this sort of car. 'Cause what is the top speed on one of these?
I don't know. I think it'd probably 50.
It'll
But
go
it all
50,
depends
right?
how brave you are. I mean, I have
Yeah.
put some new tyres on it, so it actually steers a bit better now. But when you first get in one, you think, God, it's got no steering, it's got no brakes,
No.
you know, so you're pulling the handbrake up. And some of the hills, it goes quicker if you lean forwards when you're going up a hill.
Like a go-kart.
But we haven't
give it a bit of a shove.
We haven't had to do the reverse yet, have we, Trish? We've been into first gear. We doubled the clutch into first gear to do a hill. But
Right.
Trish hasn't actually had to get out, and I've had to go up and reverse yet. But I'm sure it will come.
You'd be staring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best bet. Isn't it?
Yeah. But no, it is a bit of a flirt. A few
Okay.
props and
Yeah, I was going to say, you got some period items there.
props,
We got
yeah.
a bit of a ration book stuck in
Make
the window.
sure you go to the Nightingale Cafe at Biggin Hill Memorial Museum. Quick plug.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
And we're getting a ration book there by the look of it. We've got a basket, a book in there, they're period items.
Doll, yeah.
Yeah, as we
she loves dressing up for the stuff.
wander around the back, and we have a suitcase on the back. This is your luggage area.
Yeah, I remember buying that. £28 in Dorking.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah. And Asda trouser straps.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That looks good, doesn't it?
Spare
But
wheel
it's
under the cover.
has no boot space, obviously, at all, does it? This.
No.
But there's a spare wheel in here, I take it.
Spare wheel in there, yeah.
That's it, and then any luggage would be on the rack at the
I
back.
should. I forgot the wind-up gramophone because that always goes down.
Oh,
put a bit of Glenn Miller on the back on the wind-up,
Lovely.
Yeah.
You can imagine going on your holidays in this.
Can you imagine it?
In the 20s.
Sort of 5 up.
5 up in there with your suitcases piled up on the back.
Yeah. So when they got to a steep hill, they'd all get out, wouldn't they?
Yeah, all get out, walk up, wait for it to get to the top, and get back in again. Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. Poor roads as well.
Different era of motoring, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I remember Gran saying to me, obviously she's long gone and would have loved to have seen this, but in the day they went on holiday to Hastings from the London area, and they drove down on a motorbike combination, and they came back in one of the first Austin 7s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course the salesman had to show Grandad how to drive it.
Oh dear.
But lovely with the
I was
roof
just looking on the top of the roof. You saw me out on my tiptoes there.
Yeah.
That's that slides back by the look of it.
Just a couple of nuts, thumb screw nuts.
Oh, right, okay, and then just
slide it back.
Slides back to that position. That's fully back, is it? There?
Yeah. Almost fully back, and this is lovely as well.
Oh, that's nice. Bit of ventilation when you're driving there. That's what you need, isn't it?
And you've got the side vents here.
The side vent, that comes straight in, I guess.
Yeah.
Does it there? Just go straight into the side.
Through, Yes.
And you've got your engine cooling outlets there, though the slots, I guess. Yeah.
The engine's not as good as the paintwork.
So this has had a few engines over the years.
Oh God, yeah. I think when the car was born, it would have had the 3-bearing crank.
Right.
But it's got the 2-bearing crank, which is what the first Austin 7s had. The centre main bearing on the 3-bearing crank used to hold the crankshaft too rigid, and then it would crack. The 2-bearing, I think, is a bit more reliable. People might argue about that, but you've got to get there in the end, or else it's pointless, isn't it?
And I mean, how reliable has this been for you?
Touch wood, it's been good. I mean, it's basically a lawnmower engine, isn't it? It's got a bit of petrol and the normal things. You keep the points good, and the HT side of things.
But it's pretty simple, isn't it?
It is very, very simple. Yeah.
Nothing like a modern car.
No, as I say, yes, it's just the high tension side. Obviously, you've got to keep good. Filter on the petrol. It doesn't boil up. We've had it out in 34, 35 degree temperatures, and it's been fine.
It's been okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Many years of fun to come, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks for talking to us. Thank you.
Thanks you. Bye.